Hey team, happy International Women's Day, everyone. Really excited to have everyone on today. I think today we have an especially very special lineup given that it's a power team of women. So thank you guys all for joining. Today's session is really going to be around customer experience and women's impact. My name is Zhang. I'm the Strategic Partnership Manager here at Gorgias, and I'll be your host today. I've been with Gorgias for around 2 years now, and I think the best part about working in this ecosystem is collaborating with our incredible partners and our tech partners, making merchants' lives a lot easier. So the several partners that we have joining us today, both on the service side and the tech side, they're going to be sharing their insights on how they build a extremely beautiful customer experience in their own world. So feel free to go through the session, drop any questions that you have. At the end of every session, we'll be announcing a winner for the most active people. So yeah, we'd like to make this as interactive as possible. And then for those who aren't familiar with the DTCx series, we like to bring experts all together from the Shopify ecosystem, including merchants, tech partners, agencies, to share knowledge and best practices. So we host in-person and online events throughout the year. Stay tuned. So as I said earlier, ask a bunch of questions, give feedback, engage with the customer, with the speakers and the guest. If you're going to post on social media, please use the hashtag DTCx. But yes. So the power lineup that we have today is, first up, we have Zoe Kahn, founder of Inevitable Agency. We have our very own Anna, our events marketing queen over at Gorgias, and then myself, Ellen. I'm also here as the Senior Strategic Partnership Manager. We have Nancy from Nosto, our Senior Customer Success Manager, Emme from Aventus, and alongside Emme, we actually have Madyson, the Director of Customer Success over at Obvi. So as a reminder, Zoe's prize is actually going to be a massage gift card. So everyone, please engage. It's a $75 massage gift card. So ask as many questions as possible. I think we all deserve a little us time. So awesome. I'm going to bring Zoe on stage now.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for having me, Ellen. I'm excited to chat with the girlies of CX and ecom. Let me share my screen really quick. All right. All right. So just a little bit about me. My name's Zoe Kahn. I am now the founder of Inevitable Agency, a CX agency that I accidentally started about 2 years ago. I actually started in ecom and customer experience as a part-time customer support agent at Ghost and worked my way up through management. Worked at Chumps, the meat sticks, was the meat stick girly. Learned how to do retention, email marketing, SMS, loyalty subscription while I was there. And then I moved on to be the VP of retention at Audience Hearing, which was super fun as well. And then along that journey, I started consulting for CX brands for CX for a lot of different brands. And started an agency out of just seeing that there was a lot of need for CX help in the space. And also along that way, I started to make customer experience, customer support, and retention content, whether it was bringing, comedy to the space or just knowledge, because it was something that I was always looking for and I felt was lacking. So I have a lot of fun bringing content to the space. So I have a podcast called Let's Laugh About It, which is now sponsored by DTCx, which is very exciting. And then I also make YouTube videos and different content about CX. So check it out if you're ever looking for some CX content. And then here are some of the brands that we work with: Breeze, Cuddle, Sleep Health, Peachy Babies, so many more at Inevitable Agency. And today I actually wanted to talk about kind of how to earn your seat at the table as a woman in ecom. It's something that I think we kind of talk about amongst ourselves. And I have been having a lot of conversations about this within the ecosystem of how challenging it can be in CS and CX and just in e-com in general as like a woman sometimes. And there's definitely some things that I think that just anyone in general, women or not, can do to earn your seat at the table. So just quick, hopefully like 5 minutes of 5 different things that you can do to earn your seat at the table and continue to develop in your career. So we'll first start off with just your expertise. It's always like you have to stay ahead of trends and teach yourself and network and everything so you can always have that expertise is number one. For example, if you're not utilizing AI and learning about that, you're behind. So get on it. And also just learn about customer psychology in general. I put another strong female, Sarah Levinger. She is on LinkedIn and X, and she posts like such great content about consumer psychology. So I would definitely encourage you to follow her because she uses data and just science on like just all things consumers and teaches you how to use it in your day-to-day. Really, really great follow. Your skill sets, your networking, learn from others, go to events, pay attention to what the DTCx community is putting on. I've learned so much and met so many great people that have really like changed my life from going to these events and talking to others. And there's a good website called mentorpass.co. If you can't make it to events, there's a ton of different people to learn from in the e-commerce space, but definitely your expertise is number one for just being ahead in this economy. Make your value visible. So this is all about collecting insights, presenting, speaking up. Don't just wait to be spoken or asked to speak. Speak up and contribute your insights and notate your wins. This is something that I learned to do when I had to present prove myself and present my KPIs and what my impact was on the business. And every single day we have little wins, big wins, they compile. And so take notes on every single day what your wins are, whether they're big or small, because in your career at some point you will be asked to, what is your impact? And it's a little bit hard to go back and think of all of the things that you've done for the company. Unfortunately, they're easy to lose track of. So every single day, think about what are those wins and notate them so that you have them when you're wanting to look back at your success and even just celebrate yourself. Navigate your challenges with confidence. Imposter syndrome is so real, and I experienced this. I thought that I didn't know what I was doing until I actually started talking to others and helping others. So I started asking people where they needed help in CX, and it really kind of got rid of my imposter syndrome. And it kind of taught me I do know what I'm doing, and all of that, my hard work is working. So definitely talk to people. It really, like, imposter syndrome, everyone has it, and it develops over time, but your confidence will increase when you expose yourself to anything outside of your bubble. Also, unfortunately, not everyone's going to like you, and it's okay. There's going to be rejections. There's going to be setbacks. You're going to make mistakes. The best thing you can do is learn from it, but also such a normal thing. But if you keep learning from it, your confidence will also increase. And then just stay resilient. Like, something that works today might not work till tomorrow. Observe, take notes, and just keep learning. And don't let yourself just stay down when you do face some of those challenges. And then taking ownership and lead. This is something huge that I see. Just CX leaders are afraid to speak up and say, I'll do that. Or on the other end, they accept too much on their plate. But as a leader, you need to be able to present different solutions and don't wait to be told what to do, and like really just try. And we know what we're talking about. We see what's going on in the consumer, like with the customers, and we need to advocate for them. So advocating for your customer experience as a core business strategy, no matter what function you are, I think it's really hard to, or it's easy to stray away from that like consumer mindset. And no matter what part of ecom you are in, you should be advocating for CX. Now, uplift others. This is there. You could change someone's life from even like people in this chat or people at this in this conference. And I have so many women that I can think of that have really changed my life, like Anna, Ellen, like everyone from the Gorgias team, and Carly Craig is like always top of mind for me. They have uplifted me, given us a space to speak up and to talk and to make friends. And if you have time to help someone, you could really change their lives. And so I put together a list, a directory. I asked LinkedIn to submit some women in ecom to help us all like connect together. So if you scan the QR code, there's going to be a directory of women, and you can also add other women or add yourself to the directory, and you can add each on like LinkedIn. And I would definitely suggest sending a kind message, asking a question, sharing knowledge, because all of this together will help you kind of get your seat at the table in ecom. So those are my 5 really quick tips to getting your seat at the table in ecom. And I am so happy to answer any questions. And in the chat or offline as well, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. You can't scan the QR code. Oh gosh, wait. How can I turn off my... Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll also just drop the link in the chat as well. Oop. Hold on. Let me share it one more time because now we should be able to see. Oh, there's Ellen's face. All right. There we go. Hi, Allie. Should I have Ellen come back for questions? Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, yes, perfect. I was just gonna be like, I'm coming back on for questions. It looks like you got a few questions, Zoe. Thank you guys so much for engaging, and thank you, Zoe, for being honestly just really real with everyone here. It sounds like you gave some amazing tips and advice, and especially like I think you called out a lot about the imposter syndrome. I think everyone here can really relate to that. Yes, and her hair is gorge.
I got it done yesterday.
Okay, let's look at these Q&As that you got. What was the website about mentors? Oh, was that the mentorpass.co?
Yeah, mentorpass.co. I will also put a link just in the selfishly it'll be my mentor pass. Just because it's the first one that pops up. But no, there's so many people, like really great leaders on that space, and a lot of good women like leaders as well. And I have met many people from like mentees and mentoring. And it is a really, really good spot. I used to struggle with finding like how I remember like literally going on YouTube and being like, how to be a better customer support leader. And like, I feel like I could find nothing. And so it is one of the things that I really want to like give back to the community and just share different knowledge and like resources to get better in your career.
Absolutely. I mean, just a question myself, how long did you how long was it that you like did the process take to get a mentor? How long do you still have your mentor?
I have lots of mentors. I think that actually one of the best things that I did was go to a DTCx conference, and I met a ton of people there who I could learn from. And a lot of anyone in ecom that is just anyone really, you can learn different things from. And I'm constantly just meeting new people and learning from them, asking questions. And I really think that you don't even if you don't have the funds to like invest monetarily in a mentor, all of these like resources and even these webinars and these people on the webinars can be mentors for you, as just even just being friends and asking a question here or a question there. But also, I would suggest if you work for a company that gives like continuing education money, a lot of times you think that it might need to be used for like college or classes that are like, in person or your typical like college classes. But if you ask your HR department, you can a lot of times use those that like funds for things like mentorship in your space. So that can a lot of times be used for these platforms or getting a mentor that is specific to your job as well.
That's actually such good advice. At Gorgias, we have like an education stipend. So maybe I'll look into that. I didn't even think, I've been buying like random books from it. But I think everyone can always constantly learn from someone new, whether it's a colleague or a friend or someone in the industry. But I totally agree. Okay. And then I'm just waiting to pick the winner of your session.
And I'll drop a link too in case someone couldn't get the QR code.
Perfect. Okay. I just received word who was the most active on your session. It's going to be Cornelia.
Congrats, Cornelia. So we'll email her the massage gift card then.
Yep. And then I think our team will have the email on file. So we'll send you that. I hope I said your name right. Maybe I said it wrong. I'm sorry if I butchered it.
Congrats. Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks so much, Zoe. Alrighty. Since I'm already on stage, I am going up next anyway, so this worked out really well. All right. So my name is Ellen. I think I introduced myself earlier today. I'm the Senior Strategic Partnership Manager here at Gorgias. Can everyone see my screen by chance? Okay, perfect. And then for those who aren't familiar with Gorgias, we actually, like everyone, as you can see on our team, majority of us are women here at Gorgias as well. I think that was one of the main reasons why I think like we do so well, obviously, like in terms of like the way we work. Like our entire events team, Anna and Brittany, are women. Our partnerships team is half women. But yeah, over the past couple of years, Gorgias has really grown tremendously, becoming #1 help desk for D2C brands, leveraging AI, managing conversations with our customers before and after purchases. We have about 55,000 agents around the world, and then 1 billion conversations by the end of 2024, which leads us to show that we have about 16,000 brands that really, leverage Gorgias here today. So some ways that brands are, some of the CX folks are using Gorgias and how they use, or even just like in general in CX, like how people are showing love to their customers. I'm sure as women, like we rely on our boyfriends a lot to give us like love and attention, or even our friends. I'm sure that's just like a normal basic need for a lot of people, but it's the same thing when it comes to caring for your customers as well, whether it's in email, web, SMS, social media, being able to communicate with your customers where they want to be, making it really effortless for them to speak to you guys, and really transparent. Secondly is provide support. I think we all need a lot of support here, obviously during tough times, but offering great customers personalized questions to things that they've asked, or even proactively asking them questions, asking them how they're doing, what they're looking for, can go a really long way. And then lastly, responding quickly as soon as possible. No one likes to wait, especially in today's world. The speed really does matter. The idea of a response time is, 2 minutes, but no one can essentially get to them that fast. I know we have a lot on our plates. So leveraging AI automation, we can instantly handle repetitive inquiries while freeing up your team's time, focusing on more complicated and high value interactions. at the end of the day, like showing customers what a seamless experience looks like, personal experience and effectiveness, Gorgias can really help with those tools as well. But, you know, a customer's conversation really does matter. Around 45% of customers will abandon a purchase if their questions or concerns aren't answered, or around 90% of customers stop buying from a merchant after experiencing some bad customer service. And I think women know best when it comes to providing the best customer service, given that how much empathy we have and the sensitivity to a lot of things that, especially me. But taking you through the timeline of Gorgias a little bit, we started off as a help desk. Since the early days of Gorgias, our mission was to be clear, to empower merchants to deliver exceptional customer experience, starting to build a help desk, centralizing all your customer interactions with seamless integrations with key e-commerce tools like that you use every single day. So in 2024, we introduced AI, we introduced automation, we introduced conversion. We were able to instantly resolve over 60% of your customer inquiries, including shipping returns, exchanges, and subscriptions, while maintaining the brand's tone of voice and style. I think that goes a really long way too, because I think a lot of times people think AI is going to sound like a robot, but when you can train the AI to kind of mirror what you want to replicate for your brand and your team, that is so powerful. In 2025, a lot of our customers in the market were really demanding us to become more of a conversational AI platform. So this year we're taking it beyond. Our vision is really not just to automate responses, but anticipate the customer's needs and drive more sales with conversational AI. And then, of course, we've already been automating. So we have about 6,500 brands using automation already. So about across our customers using automation, we have 4 million hours saved, $62 million saved, and then, of course, 20 million interactions as well. So those are some big numbers, but breaking it down to like a pocket of 1,000 tickets, you can see in every single category here that over 50% of the questions that come in within orders, products, return, shipping, and just general questions in general, our AI agent has been able to solve and resolve these inquiries for your customers. So with conversational AI, we can drive both support and in sales. So we can use this machine learning in order to, understand if your order has been shipped, understand and get back to your customers immediately. With the skills to sell, you are engaging with a larger scale of customers to help increase conversion rates. This is kind of what we envision here with the future of AI agent, meeting your customers in every single channel. So let's say you DM'd Steve Madden here. That's the example. Is the Mexico boot still in stock? Steve Madden's AI agent responded, "Hey girl, sadly, no. Sadly, yes, but we recommend this new dusty boot." So they're saying that one's no longer in stock, bringing them to the website, and then in the website, providing that same experience for them, like as if you were, speaking to a live person and when you're at the store, giving them suggestions, post-purchase. They might have made an error with their address. The AI agent was able to go ahead and update that for them. And then returning. So with retention, not only that, will the AI agent proactively reach out to Jane here, but remember that hey, I remember you were looking for this boot instead. Great news that it's returned, and here's a 15% discount code since that was your first choice. So that just in itself increases so much LTV. Someone understanding what your needs were and what you initially came back for, offering discount codes, and with personalization. So with the AI agent for support, we're really here to help save money, increase your CSAT scores, increase loyalty. On this little chat button here, you can see that can you help me update my subscription? I have 2 months of my strawberry supplement each month. Hey, sure thing. You can confirm your email address. Here's the email, and then they went ahead and updated your subscription, whether they communicated with whatever subscription technology you guys are currently using. And then with AI agent for sales, it's going to be a lot more proactive. You're going to make sure that you're aware of the recommendations, tailored discounting strategies, and then of course, proactive assistance, 24/7. This person asked that they were like going out for a night out, and they gave a few fabulous suggestions for some dresses. So speaking about women in ecom, I wanted to share this case study here because Ren is the senior director of CX at Tushy. So they leverage our convert campaigns and our AI agent for sales in alpha right now. Not completely released to the public yet, but there's a few people testing it out internally. So you can see like our convert campaigns are generating 26 times ROI. They're dedicated campaigns with cheaper target rates. The conversion average right now for convert is 6%, which is double the industry average. So that's amazing. But with AI agent for sales, you'll see that the uplift is a lot higher. The conversion rate is a lot higher. And then, of course, when it comes to the ROI, it's a little bit less just because it's a little more expensive. But you're also like, there's no setup included when it comes to AI agent. It's going to understand your purchase history, what you've added to your cart, the actions that you've taken on this website. And then, of course, it's a lot more conversational. So they're proactively interacting with you no matter like what's prompting it. And then this is what you can do with Gorgias right now if you're interested in using conversion. But much like a shop assistant in stores, Convert is essentially here to guide you through the entire shopping journey from landing on your website to the end of the shopping cart. And then for those who are interested, here's a demo booking link. Happy Women's Day. And I'm going to save some time here for some Q&A if anyone had any questions. I'm just reading through them. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm going to actually see who the winner is for this session as well. For convert with headless Shopify sites, we can. There's just a few limitations when it comes to headless. So happy to chat with you offline. But yeah, there are a few limitations when it comes to headless Shopify sites. Awesome. And our winner for the $75 gift card is Jenna. Congrats, Jenna. Awesome. And then up next, we have, let's see, on our lineup, we have Nosto. So we're bringing up the Nancy. Hey, Nancy.
Hello, everyone. This is such a great group. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Let me share my screen. All right. Can everybody see that? I'm going to say yes. Okay. So hello, my name is Nancy. I have been working in customer success for the last 8 or so years, specifically with a background in digital marketing and e-commerce. And I am now bringing my expertise to Nosto as a senior customer success manager, helping commerce merchants personalize their overall website CX. So wanted to give you a snapshot of some of the brands that I work with here at Nosto. All of these folks are using Nosto to make every impression relevant and deliver intelligent commerce experiences across their whole site. However, to back up a moment, before I dive into how merchants are actually utilizing Nosto, I want to give you a quick intro for any of those who aren't familiar with the brand today. So Nosto is a commerce experience platform that gives merchants a set of tools to increase their online revenue through end-to-end commerce experience management. So the Nosto platform is powered by something we call Experience AI, which unifies all of your customer, product, and content data in real time, so you can then action it through a range of on-site experiences. This allows you to optimize each stage of the on-site customer journey and boost associated KPIs through personalized search, category merchandising, user-generated content, and lots more. We work with over 700 Shopify brands globally, including merchants like Princess Polly, Show Me Your Moo, Viore, and many more. We're a Shopify Plus certified app partner and also offer a one-click install that allows you to get started in minutes. So with that context, I'd like to walk you through a few examples of how merchants use Nosto to improve that website CX. But first is personalizing the search experience, which, as I'm sure you all know, is a key part of any commerce website, including to help move those users with high intent further down that marketing funnel. So Nosto Search not only helps you understand what users are searching on your website and how those users are then engaging with the results, but allows you to personalize those results on both a query level and audience level. So an example of this would be creating a product ranking rule for new visitors specifically. When it's someone's first time on the site and they are browsing for coats, you may want to ensure that you're showing the best sellers towards the top of the search results page to keep that shopper engaged. With Nosto, you can boost certain results using attributes from your product catalog, as well as product catalog performance, such as conversion rate, add to cart rate, units sold in a certain period of time, etc., as well as layering in Nosto's proprietary personalization metric that's going to take that shopper's individual behavior into account. And of course, as you are creating and testing rules on your website, you'll want to keep learning from that. And Nosto has A/B testing functionality, will allow you to test different product ranking rules against others to ensure you're optimizing and continuing to learn from that shopping behavior. The second way is through use of Nosto's product recommendations. And these help orient the shopping experience on your site by supporting users with finding the products they are seeking, as well as exposing relevant products that they might not even have discovered yet. So by considering customer activity on each page of your website, you can create personalized experiences with our product recommendation carousels based on audience segment, a specific collection page, or potentially even the product that they may already be viewing. For example, you could create a recommendation carousel right under your homepage banner that takes into account a user's browsing history and will expose products related to their browsing history that they haven't discovered yet, align with their behavior. And using Nosto, you can tweak this to be based on product relationship score, how frequently those products are viewed together, bought together, etc. You can even elevate your recommendations game by using Nosto's dynamic bundles. And that helps create logic around complementary products on your website and automate that process a bit. So for example, if a user is viewing a top from a certain collection, you can create a bundle that will dynamically pull in a product from, say, the pants collection and a product from the jacket collection, or even go as far as to define what product should be shown with others with a sort of complete the look functionality. And then lastly, Nosto's personalized emails module allows you to inject those recommendation carousels into your email marketing campaigns with a snippet of code, and you can carry that personalized experience into each shopper's email inbox as well. At the end of the quarter, Nosto will actually be launching a couple of new Shopify extensions, and that will include checkout and thank you page recommendations. And these will help merchants like yourselves display tailored product recommendations during checkout and on the thank you page. So that helps keep customers engaged and encouraging that additional upsell purchase even after they've hit buy. And then I wanted to talk about Nosto's on-site content personalization as well, since this is a pretty important factor in being able to create those personalized shopping experiences. And of course, this can also be done for different users based on different shopping personas. You could create multiple variations of experiences for one page, dynamically showing content such as banners, FOMO messaging, such as only 10 products left in stock on PDPs, collection page tiles, and more. Merchants typically utilize this module for targeting specific personas with specific content. creating collection page tiles to showcase new drops or loyalty program benefits. Like I mentioned, those low stock notifications to increase the urgency on PDPs and more. So for example, perhaps you are having a sale and you're giving early access to your VIP customers on your email list. When this audience segment clicks through from your marketing email, you can ensure that they see a homepage banner promoting the sale and that early access links directly there. A personalized product recommendation carousel that can follow them around the site that may be filtered to a specific collection or simply filtered to their personalization tastes. And perhaps a tile that would appear next to products on your collection page that will follow them as they shop. So with that in mind, I wanted to highlight an example of how merchants use Nosto, a specific example of how merchants use Nosto on their site. And that is using Baltic Born, who is a female-owned and operated apparel company for women. And using Nosto's search capabilities, they are able to set up query-level merchandising rules to promote products based on inventory level, add to cart rate, return rate, as well as leveraging that personalization attribute to assure that each time a user begins a search on their website, it will end with exactly what they're looking for. Baltic Born also has recommendation carousels throughout their product detail pages so that when users are viewing specific products, there's served carousels tied to their browsing history, items related to their browsing history to expand that discovery, as well as incorporating dynamic bundles to showcase products that go well together. And to top it all off, Baltic Born also uses Nosto's personalized email module. So this allows them to insert some of those recommendation carousels that they're using on their website into their marketing emails. And they've tied this to their specific marketing flow so that they can have a specific Nosto recommendation carousel algorithm based on the type of email that they're sending to their customer base. And this is done through Nosto's Klaviyo integration. And like I said before, that simple snippet of code that goes into their email and powers that recommendation carousel. Well, appreciate your time today. Sorry, I don't have an exciting giveaway like everyone else. However, I consider being here today with all of these ladies a win for everybody. So thank you so much for listening. And if there are any questions, I would love to answer. Let's see. I'm seeing a question about personalized content and banners and if they work well on a mobile site. They do. Another aspect of segmentation is being able to create that experience between your mobile and desktop experiences. So it's possible to personalize down to the device experience, but of course you can also create any type of experience across your website that works well on desktop and mobile. Cassandra, this does integrate with Shopify. So we work with tons and tons of Shopify merchants, and Nosto is a Shopify partner as well. I'm seeing a lot of fans of Baltic Born, which I love. And I think that might have been all of the questions. Is there anyone else that wants to pop in? No. Okay. Well, appreciate it. Thank you for your time today. And it was so nice being with you all on this Friday.
Thank you so much, Nancy. We really appreciate all the insights that you've given. I think a lot of people so many people were engaged. I will double check on the gift card. I think Zoe offered a massage gift card for you for Nosto, so I can see if let's pick a winner still. I think the winner for your session will be Alyssa.
Yay, Alyssa.
Thank you so much, and congrats, Alyssa. Woo! Next, we have... Oh, amazing. Up next, we have Emme from Aventus and Madyson from Obvi.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for the intro, Ellen.
Yeah. Well, I'll let the team, where is Madyson? let's get Madyson up here as well. And then as a reminder for Emmy's and Madyson's session, they actually have a fun health package from Obvi to give away. So I really urge everyone to throw questions and feedback in the chat because that one's going to be amazing.
Yes. I'll leave Madyson to explain more about Obvi, but Obvi is an amazing women's collagen supplement brand. So excited to show you guys more and how we partner together.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out. My camera is on. Can you guys see me?
I think we just need to
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Hi, everyone.
women in tech.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Well, let me share my screen. And thank you again, Ellen, for the introduction. Let's go to my slides here. Okay. I hope everybody can see my screen. And I am so excited to speak with y'all today about how women help e-commerce brands scale their CX, but I'm even more excited to be joined with Madyson from Obvi, one of our clients, and chat about how we transformed their CX, scaling it, streamlining customer experience further, but also turning it into a revenue channel. But before we dive in, Madyson, I want to give a quick introduction. Can you tell us more about yourself and Obvi?
All right. So hi, everyone. I am super excited to be here. Obvi is a health and wellness brand. A little bit about me. I have started with Obvi back in 2020. I started off as a marketing intern, and then that quickly became a full-time job. So fun fact, I was one of their first employees. So it's been great. I am now the director of customer success there. And, I'm really excited to see what the future holds for me there. And, working with their customers has been amazing. And yeah.
I love that. I found last night when I was looking at your LinkedIn that you were a marketing intern. And fun fact, I also started as a marketing intern too. So love how women help women scale in their own companies.
Yes.
But with that being said, I'm excited to dive into our partnership with Obvi, starting with why we engaged in a partnership in the first place. Where, if you guys aren't familiar with Obvi, Obvi has a great social footprint and has a huge social media community. And with that, they were experiencing a ton of growth, which, as we all know, results in a lot of customer service tickets. So Madyson, can you tell us some of the challenges you guys faced with the scaling and how that potentially led to any customer support and efficiencies?
Yes. So like you said, we grew fast. We have a lot of customers. So with a lot of customers comes a lot of emails, of course. So one of the biggest challenges that we have faced is not having a phone line. Without having a phone line, there is no trust. And it makes people just not believe that we are a real company. Customers want to speak to someone. Some customers want a fast, easy solution, and they want to be heard. They want to be seen. So it was a huge challenge because they just were super frustrated with us and they didn't want to come back. So it was really frustrating just not having a voice of the brand at the end of the day.
Definitely. And I think even the other speakers today reiterated how meeting customers where they're at in this era of customer experience and e-commerce is so essential. So with that being said, I'm excited to kind of dive deeper into how we were able to support Obvi in adding that credibility, adding that phone channel. But before we dive into that, I want to take a moment to highlight the outsourcing model and be transparent in that outsourcing is definitely something that people may be afraid of. So Madyson, can you share kind of what your thoughts were when you guys were looking to outsource and what made you comfortable with the outsourcing model?
Yes. So obviously we were a little, picky on who we chose because this was our first phone line company ever. We were in-house when we first started, but that, quickly ended. So it was all emails. So obviously we wanted to choose the right company to be our brand's voice at the end of the day. So Aventus, we had a meeting with them over Zoom. It was nice getting to know them face to face. And then they gave us the full lowdown of what the process would be like. we would have weekly meetings. We were connected through Slack. We would have constant data. So it was just very, comforting knowing what they could provide for us and our future as a company. The sales, the revenue, there's so much to them that made us feel comfortable at the end of the day.
Love it. And I'm looking in the chat as we're speaking too, and I'm seeing chatting about the phone channel, which I definitely think is maybe somewhat of a controversial topic. And I feel like brands don't know whether to implement it or not. But with that being said, now I'm excited to dive into how we did implement that phone channel with Obvi. But before we get there, I want to take a moment to highlight how AI really allowed us to step into that revenue generating aspect. So Madyson, can you tell us what steps you took with your tech stack in order to be able to implement this revenue generation and upselling component?
Yes. So we, I'm sorry. So we decided to, we were obviously selective on who we chose. So we chose Aventus. They were very communicative with us. They helped us, throughout the whole process. They made us feel comfortable. They made us feel confident, and we just knew we were right. They were the right match for us.
I love it. And I think in addition to our partnership together, a big middleman in that is Gorgias and Gorgias's AI agent, which you guys were already utilizing prior to our partnership together, correct?
Right. So yeah, implementing AI has helped us tremendously. Customers want a response immediately, no matter what it is. They just want to be seen. They want to be heard. So no matter how little or how small the problem is, they want a response immediately. So AI has really helped that. So they could get a solution faster, and it's beneficial for both of us because obviously it lowers, the tickets for us, and it helps the customer as well at the end of the day.
Definitely. I think AI has definitely changed the customer experience landscape. And I think in terms of the ecosystem, Obvi was a big early adopter and set the tone for what tone AI can deliver, which is in alignment with your brand tone, especially given your guys' customer demographic with AI, but also phone. We needed to make sure that that was in alignment with what you guys wanted to deliver.
Right. So with that being said, like we met with Gorgias, and they asked us questions, and one of their biggest questions is like, what is your tone as a customer service representative? And we look for a few things, but our most number one value, I would say, especially as a customer service representative, is just being personable. We want to be personal with our customers because we're not just a brand at the end of the day. We're a health and wellness brand. Like, this is a community. These are these are customers that are relying on our brand to, for health and beauty. And so it's just almost more than just a job at the end of the day. And we want them to feel heard. We want them to feel, noticed. So we chose a personable, honest, that was the key tone that we looked for, though.
Definitely. Echoing once again the importance of meeting customers where you're at. And I think with your guys' already great setup, Gorgias's AI agent, and our ability to step in and provide that additional credibility with phone really was able to just increase that customer satisfaction even more.
Right.
And with that being said, I'm excited to dive into the upselling component that we were able to implement with a phone agent, kind of tying back to that credibility piece that Madyson was mentioning in terms of why we even started the partnership together. So Madyson, can you tell us what concerns you had when taking on this kind of upselling initiative and what steps you took to mitigate those as we were partnering together?
Yes. So the biggest concern is obviously AI in our demographic. We just didn't want them to feel like they were speaking to a robot at the end of the day, because like I just said, we tend to be very personal with our customers. We try to relate to them as much as humanly possible. So we just did not want them to feel like we didn't care and we were just like, you're just another ticket at the end of the day, and here's an AI response. So like you said, we made sure the tone was right. We worked with Gorgias to make sure, you know, all the questions that we wanted them to answer were the correct response and in detail. But also to, you know, help that matter, we also added Aventus. So we did have a phone line for them to contact as well. So, you know, with AI, they have a fast response, but if that for some reason wasn't good enough and they want more, they can just call us over the phone and they could get some human interaction as well.
I love it. And I'm seeing Alyssa in the chat being personable is key. Took the words right out of my mouth. And that's
exactly. It's so important, especially because, you know, us at Obvi, we have a Facebook community on with over 100,000 members. So we're connected with women for the most part all throughout the world who use Obvi, who love Obvi, you know, so they recognize us as well. Like we're the face of Obvi at the end of the day. So like they know who the customer service representatives are. We want to support them, you know, for the long run. You know, we want to hold them accountable. We want to support them, whether it's in the community or whether it's in like the customer service aspect. We just always want to be there for them.
Definitely. And I think even tying into that women's component, like you were saying, I think women in nature have a innate nature to want to form that deeper connection, especially with health and wellness, you know, what you're putting
100%.
into your body. So 100%. You being that face, I think really tied it all together and allowed this phone component to really take off. So 100%. Can you walk us through the process of how we were able to train agents? Because I don't think any of this would have been possible unless we were able to replicate that tone that you guys were already portraying.
Yes. So, you know, when we first spoke to Aventus, they told us the process and, you know, they asked us what we were looking for. And again, that's just personable, dedication, etc. Especially, again, you're going to be the voice of our brand at the end of the day, and we are giving you our full trust to be our voice. Wow. And, you know, be a role in our customers' experience. So we were handed 3 different agents, and then we chose which one we would think would be the best fit. And then from there, there's a leader, and she provided them, you know, a knowledge deck. So with that knowledge deck was all of our products, the ingredients for our products. What products can you take together? What products can you not take together? You know, so when the phone agent is on the phone, if they say, oh, I can't have caffeine, is there an alternative? Yes, here it is. You know, I'm allergic to this ingredient. Is it in this product? Oh, no, it's not. You know, so the agents are very knowledgeable. You know, they're trained on, you know, how to, you know, get a sale. They're trained on how to save a sale, you know. So ever since then, our retention is there, our sales are there, and it's been truly great. You know, we have weekly meetings with them. So they provide data, they provide everything that we need. You know, how many phone calls came in, why they call, how long the phone call was. You know, we are informed every the way. So it made us trust them 100%.
I love it. And I think in the recruiting and training process that you just outlined, what we really found together through the personality traits that you were looking for were that we're really looking for kind of taking a product specialist approach and outlining, like you said, okay, can't take it with caffeine. Let's point you in this direction. Don't like the flavor. Let's go here. And just meeting customers' expectations, but as we like to say, exceeding those expectations.
Of course, like we don't want a customer just calling in and be like, hey, I want to return. And they're like, okay, no problem. Like we want them, you know, they're like, can I ask you what's going on? Like, again, be more personal with them to either try to, you know, tell them to like keep going and do this, or, you know, maybe try this, you know, just offer alternatives at the end of the day so they don't give up.
Exactly. And that's exactly what customers are looking for. And through this initiative together, I have some stats here where we were able to save 271 subscriptions. We identified 21 additional upsell opportunities. And with those upsells, we're able to generate an additional $21,000 in revenue. And this is with one agent over an 8-week period. So I would, of course, leave it up to Madyson's expertise, but I would say it definitely is not a huge lift to not only meet customers where they're at, utilize AI and the tools that you already have within Gorgias, and generate additional revenue as a result.
Yes. You guys have been great.
Love it. Teamwork, women helping women. And with that being said, if you or anybody in the audience was interested in a free audit in terms of how you guys can generate additional revenue through customer support, I have this QR code. But I also have our conversation today already in a case study with Gorgias and Obvi and Aventus. So let me put it into the chat as well.
Awesome.
And then I think
I'm just reading some questions.
And in terms of our giveaway, we are giving away a sampler set from Obvi. So if you want to actually try the product that we've been chatting about today, you can.
Amazing. Thank you, Emme and Madyson. That was so insightful. I think you have quite a few questions here. So let's see what everyone is saying. Would this be a good option for products that are more technical in nature, from Stephanie?
That is a great question. I definitely want to get your opinion on this too, Madyson, but at Aventus, we actually offer tech support agents. So we can kind of create those different tiers of service to provide that experience that the customers are looking for, meeting them where they're at. As I'm sure you can imagine, a tech support agent is going to have kind of a different mindset and SOPs and response than somebody that's trying to save your subscription or something like that, getting more into customer service. So definitely possible, but having the right people in those seats is key.
Yeah, to follow up with that 100%. I think Aventus takes the time to learn, your brand and to get all the ins and outs. So 100%, I think they're more than capable of, no matter what the product is, I think they will be able to, be the right choice for you.
Yeah, a lot of the merchants I speak to also, and when I used to work with Emme on the partnership side, like they've only had great things to say about Aventus. They're definitely best in class. Awesome.
Same with Gorgias.
And I love that case study that we have together. Awesome. It does look like that was the only one, but if you guys have any further questions, feel free to email Emme or Madyson. But I know I want to announce the winner of this package, and I think the winner for this one is Cassandra Redstone.
Congrats. I love it. Congrats, Cassandra. I was just looking at your comment about working in the pet industry. Whenever I make a customer service call, I always mention that I have a pet, and it's such a great conversational topic.
It's such an icebreaker. Everybody loves pets, so
exactly.
It's easy to talk about.
Awesome.
I've been looking at adoption websites every night. It's not good for not good for me.
Would you adopt a dog or a cat?
I want a dog. I had a bunch of dogs growing up, but I definitely don't think I can handle it right now. But I'm just browsing, and it's making me sad. Yeah, Alyssa, this is so bad.
And it's a lot, but they're worth it.
Fostering, that's a good point. Great idea.
I was looking into fostering, but I was also looking into like how to travel with dog.
Yeah, that's hard.
But thank you guys so much for your time. We have up next, final best for last. We have our very own Anna, our queen of events, to dive into a little bit about what she does on the day-to-day. Hey, Anna.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ellen. Thank you for such a warm intro. And thank you so much again to everybody for joining us today. We're very happy that we can recognize the importance of the International Women's Day in the ecom, and not only show the beautiful side of women, but also how functional we can be, and how strong we can be, and how much impact we can make in the industry we touch. So yeah, thank you so much, Ellen. And I will start my presentation now. Can everybody see my screen? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Great. Okay, so we're going to talk about leveraging community in your event strategy. And before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Anna. I have been at Gorgias for almost 4 years. It's going to be my 4-year anniversary on April 26th. I'm very excited. And in general, I have been in the event industry for over 12 years at this point, 4 years in e-commerce space at Gorgias. I've also lived in 3 countries. I'm originally from Moscow, Russia, born and raised there. And then I moved to China, where I founded my own events agency. And then later on, life brought me to Toronto, where I'm based right now and running all these events with Gorgias internationally. And at this point, I have organized in-person events in over 10 countries. And obviously, webinars touch the whole world. So we are very international, and we are becoming even more every year. So before I dive into community, I just wanted to touch base. Why do you actually need an event strategy? Why do you need an events marketing? So firstly, an important thing to understand is that the emotional memory is the strongest, because whenever you bring attendees to the event, they always remember everything that happened to them at the event. So it's extremely important to keep attendees engaged and make sure that you provide the best memories and best emotions for people at events. The second one is the social media buzz, of course, because after each event, I'm sure that every one of you who goes to any event, you always take photos, take videos, and then you post them on social media. And it's obviously guaranteeing the social media buzz about your event, about your campaign, about your project. Another important thing is that you establish new connections. So whenever you go to an event, I always tell attendees, meet at least 5 new people. Never leave the event without meeting 5 new people, because it's very easy to go to an event and just kind of stick around with those people that you know, have a little chat with your former coworkers. And I'm guilty of that myself sometimes. However, it's very important to get out of your comfort zone and make sure that you actually meet new people. Another thing for the events marketer is that you always need to make sure that you that you make attendees feel that they have a sense of belonging. Like, for example, with the DTCx community that was founded by Gorgias in July 2021. And I was at the very initial stages of that. And it was very inspiring to see how we evolved from small webinars to bigger virtual summits to different in-person meetups, dinners, and then our user conferences that happen every year. Actually, the next one is happening in May, in 2 months, in Los Angeles. Please stay tuned. We're now working with the team on that. Of course, there's obvious benefits for every stakeholder, because for sponsors, for partners, it's generating new leads, meeting their customers. For customers, it's exposure, personal branding, networking, and of course, it's endless satisfaction of the team. At Gorgias, we have an all-female events team, myself, and then we have Brittany, our amazing event manager that has been with us for 3 years. It was her work anniversary last week, and she's based in Toronto. And then we have another event manager, Valentina, who is based out of Paris. So why to create community around your event program is important is because it does create a sense of belonging, consistency, and also facilitates a great platform to run events. And the ways to interact with your community is also, you're not only interacting with them through virtual and in-person events, but you also can do podcasts. For example, Zoe, I know, has an amazing podcast that she's launching with DTCx at the end of this month. And then you can have a YouTube channel, social media, they offer different perks, newsletters, blog posts, awards, contests, and different giveaways like we did today at our webinar. And as I mentioned before, your events can be completely different. So you can run virtual summits where you engage with a number of different people at different events. You can run smaller webinars. You can run conferences, like, for example, Gorgias runs Gorgias Connect, a yearly user conference where we meet all our customers, prospects, and partners in the same place. We have community meetups. We've hosted meetups in all major cities across North America, Europe, and Australia. We do themed parties, one of my favorite events, our yearly Christmas party happening in Toronto every Christmas. And then we do numerous, a lot of DTCx dinners in different cities, especially around different conferences like NRF, ETL, Shop Talk, and others. So yeah, happy to answer any questions. I just wanted to take this time to thank everybody for attending today's event. And also please connect with me on LinkedIn. If you have any suggestions on how to collaborate, please, I'm only one message away. You can scan the QR code if you would like to add me on LinkedIn if you haven't yet. And I'm very excited to see you at our next event that is happening on April 2nd and 3rd. That's our major DTCx virtual summit. We've hosted, as you can see, 8 of them. This is our number 9, and we're very excited. It's going to be over 40 speakers from ecom, and we are expecting about 3,000-4,000 registrations for that event. So it's totally free, so you can join and listen to all the amazing topics from North America, Europe, and Australia. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. And yeah, thank you for coming to this event. I'm happy to answer any questions if there is any. All right, let me check the Q&A, the chat. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining again. And this session has been recorded, so we're going to be uploading it on the DTCx YouTube channel within a few weeks and share with everybody. So thanks a lot. Thank you to all our amazing speakers today, Zoe, Emme, Madyson, Nancy, Ellen, and yeah, look forward to seeing you at our future events.